Gesture. Gesture is the most important part of drawing a figure to start with. If you don't have the gesture, essentially you don't have anything. It's what you look for. It's the attitude, the way a person stands, the way they walk, everything about it. This is the beginning point of the drawing. Most people get preoccupied to begin with of trying to take and do a sort of precise rendering of what they're looking at. What you want to focus on is not the rendering, but of analyzing the different elements of the drawing. When you're analyzing, you're thinking very, very consciously about one thing at a time. So that first point of what you're doing, the first thing that you start with is the basic attitude of the figure itself. How a person stands, how they walk. Okay. In doing that, it's like when you start out your drawing, you're taking in, it's like plans for a house. That if you looked at a wiring diagram, it looks nothing like a house. If you looked at a plumbing diagram, it doesn't look like a house. If you look at an outside elevation or design of the house, it looks like the house. But it doesn't tell you as much about what actually that house is all about. Now, the drawing a figure is the same way. We go through the various steps in taking and drawing a thing. Each time you think about one precise thing. So to start with, and the most important thing to begin with, is the action or the gesture, as we call it. So let's take it and start with some basic elements here. Now, when you start out drawing gesture, the hardest thing to begin with is for the beginner to realize that the most important thing is that the lines that you actually put down are the things that communicate what the viewer sees. So if I'm taking and putting down rather graceful flowing lines, that's what the viewer will see. If I take and start putting down really jagged, harsh type lines, again, they look and feel completely different. Okay, so that you have to focus on making your lines correspond to what the action of the figure is. Now, in doing this, there's different kinds of strategies for taking and approaching this. What you have to keep in mind is to try to look at the drawing as a continuity or a series of continuous movements, so that as I'm drawing here, now I'm just creating a figure here out of imagination. Now, what I'm thinking of is the head. I feel the way the neck pulls out of the head, and I start to feel the way the torso, or the upper part of the torso, takes and moves. Notice that what I'm doing is I'm making one line feed right into the next line. I'm not taking and doing what we call a simple stick figure. I'm not doing this type of thing. Although that's useful at times also. What I'm doing is I'm making the eye move in a continuous, fluid type of action. And in doing that, you actually feel the movement of the figure. Now I can take and draw this same section of figure here. Now, for instance, if I was taking and copying, say, a contour, something like this, you would find that it's not anywhere near as fluid, or it doesn't communicate the action as well as these essentially abstract lines do. So you have to keep in mind that what we're drawing is on a piece of paper this is a flat surface. It's not real. What we're trying to do is create the illusion of reality. It's not the real thing in itself, so you can't copy what you're looking after. You have to recreate it and use drawing skills to take and communicate that action. Okay, so now let's take and go through a basic procedure here. In learning to develop your skills of just getting a gesture or getting the action, you should take and approach a drawing in a very consistent manner, so that each time that you do the